Uh, Hello friends. Today my wifey wanted to learn fractions, and we were just going to eat some apples. So I thought, why shouldn't we start with this only? Okay, so this is my wife holding the camera. So if you are watching this video and you are able to learn some things about fractions, you should be thankful to her. You can thank her. So here I have an apple. Okay, this is one complete apple, right? And okay, these are two apples. So when I'm talking about one apple, two apples, three apples, these are the whole numbers, right? But what if, let's say, I have only one apple and we two are going to eat it? So what I do is I cut it into two pieces, right? Two equal pieces, and we call it half apple, right? Why is it half, and how we write it? We write it as 1 divided by 2, 1 in numerator, 2 in denominator, because out of one apple we divided it into two pieces, and now I take one of it, so it is 1 of 2, 1 by 2. Actually, half is the fraction which is, I think every one of us use more often, right? Half plate of something or half of something, like that. Okay. Now, first of all, let's talk about what is meant by equivalent fractions. See, so this is 1 by 2 because I have made two pieces and taken one out of it. But what if I take this apple, okay, I will cut it like this, okay, and now these are 4 apples, okay, and how much is this? This is 2, okay. How much is this? This is 2 divided by 4, right? And as you can see, this 2 divided by 4 is equal to 1 divided by 2. I have same apple, right? So 1 divided by 2 and 2 divided by 4 are the actually same amount of apple. These two fractions will be called equivalent fractions. Whenever we have a by b, that can be written as k into k by b, where k is any non-zero number. For example, so if we make 3 parts of something and select 2 out of it, it will be 2 by 3. But if we make 6 parts of the same thing and select 4 out of it, right, it will be 4 by 6. But as you can see, in both the cases, we will get same amount of that particular thing, right? That means 2 by 3 is equal to 4 by 6, and that's why these two are the equivalent fractions. Similarly, we can get 6 by 9, okay, and so on. So whenever we have a given fraction, if we multiply both the numerator and denominator by a single number, or we divide it by same number, then we get the equivalent fractions. Okay, now please answer this question. How much is this?
1/4.
1/4, that is 1 by 4. Okay, so now you have studied about what is fraction, right? So whenever, let's say if this is one apple with us and we want to, like, there are 3 people who want to eat this, right? So what I'm going to do, I will do 3 equal pieces of it, okay, and only one piece of it will be called 1/3, 1 by 3. Okay, now how much is this?
2 by 3.
No, I have 1, 2. How much is this?
3 by 4.
3 by 4, right? Okay, so this is 3 by 4 because we have done the 4 equal parts of one apple and we have selected 3 out of
3
it.
only.
Okay, now let's ask one simple question. In my class, there are 60 students and 1/3 of them are girls. So how many girls are there in my class?
आंसर दो मी कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा सर.
There are 60 students in my class and 1/3 of them are girls. 1/3 of them. What is meant by 1/3? I'm going to divide them in 3 equal parts. If I divide 60 by 3, it will be 20, 20, 20. And 1/3, I'm going to select one part of it. So how
20.
many? Yes, there are 20 girls in my class. So in this way we can use fractions to define many things. Okay, so we have studied about fractions and we now know about equivalent fractions, right? So along with that, let's talk about the improper fractions. Improper fractions. Okay, see, so we know this is half apple, right?
Yeah.
This is half apple and this is one apple. Total it is 1.5. It is 1.5.
Half.
So I will write 1 plus half, but we can also write it as 3 by 2. Why is it 3 by 2? Okay, this is half. Now I will cut this again into 2 halves. Okay, so okay, now how much is this? Half, half and half. That means I have divided every apple into half. Okay, I have divided every apple into half, right? So each of this piece is half and I have selected 3 of this.
Okay.
So it will be 3 by 2. But in this case, the numerator is greater than the denominator. Why is it so? Because I have one complete apple and I have something more than that. Right? So whenever we have such kind of fractions in which numerator is greater than denominator, it will be called improper fractions. Okay? So, can you answer this? How much is this? This is 1/4 and this is 1 complete. Right? So it will be 1 plus 1 by 4. 1, right? Plus 1 by 4. And how can we write it? We can write it as 5 by 4.
Yeah.
Why can we write it as 5 by 4? Because see, this is 1 by 4. Again, I can divide it into 4 equal parts. 4 equal parts, which will be equal to this.
Yeah.
Okay, this is 1/4 and each of this will be 1/4.
Yeah.
There are 5 such parts
parts
which are 1/4 in size. So it is 5 by 4. Okay?
Okay.
But there is another way of representing it which is called mixed number. Okay, and we can write it as 1 upon 4. Now it means actually 5 by 4, but it can be written as 1 complete apple plus 1 by 4, and that's why the improper fractions can also be written as the mixed numbers. Okay, now so we now know about the improper fractions and mixed numbers, okay, and the other different things. There is example, like let's say we have 10 by 3, so we can write 10 by 3 as 3 1 by 3. 3 into 1 by 3 is equal to 1. So similarly 9 into 1 by 3 is equal to 3. Right? Similarly, 10 into 1 by 3 is 3 complete parts and 1 by 3. So that's why we write it as 1 by 3. Okay. To convert improper fractions into mixed numbers, what we do is, let's say we have number 10 by 3, so we will divide 10 by 3. The answer is 3 and with remainder 1. So whatever the answer is, we write it as complete number 3 because that is 3, and then remainder divided by divisor. So this is how we express the improper fractions as mixed numbers. Now to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions, let's say example 5 1 by 4. So we have 5 complete things plus 1 by 4th part of it. We multiply 4 by 3, 5, and then add 1 into it. So that will be equal to 21 by 4. So now what happens is, sometimes we need to add some numbers. This is, for example, let's add this. There is some addition which is asked. So the addition is half This is half apple, right? And this is
3.
3 by 4.
4.
This is 3 by 4. Why is this? Why this is 3 by 4? Because we have made 4 equal parts. So each part counts to 1 by 4, and we have 3 of this. So it is 3 by 4. And why is it half? We have made 2 equal parts, so upon 2, and we have selected 1 out of it. Now, if we look at it carefully, this will be simply 1, right? 1, because this is half, and 2 1 by 4s will make 1 half. So half plus half is 1, and 1 by 4. So our answer is 1 plus 1 by 4, right? Which can be written as 5 by 4, as we have already seen it. 5 by 4. But how we do it? So to understand this, what we can do is, see, each of this part is equal to 1 by 4. Okay? And this is 1 by 2. Can we write this as 2 by 4? Yes, we can write it. Yes?
2 by 4.
We can write it as 2 by 4. What I am going to do for that? I will just divide it
2 equal parts.
into equal parts. Okay? So this is fourth part of 1 apple. Okay? So when I am going to add half plus 3 by 4, actually it is 2 by 4 plus 3 by 4, and now this is 5 by 4. Okay? That's why when we add or subtract two fractions, what we try to do is to equate their denominators. And how are we going to do that? By using the equivalent fractions. So, see again, I wanted to add half into 3 by 4. So 4, this is 3 by 1 by 4 is the smaller part, half is bigger part, so I can divide it into that. Okay. Now, these things, this is about addition, how we added it. We can extend this to many different situations. In some cases, we will have to change both of the fractions using the equivalent fractions part. Now let's solve some example. 2 by 3 plus 8 by 5. Now in this case, we have these two numbers 3 and 5 as denominators. So LCM of 5 and 3 is 15. Least common multiples of 3 and 5, LCM, is 15. So we will try to make both the denominators as 15. So to make 2 by 3 with denominator 15, we will have to multiply numerator and denominator both by 5. So we will write 10 by 15, right? So we multiplied this 2 and 3, both of them, by 5, and we can write 2 by 3 as 10 by 15 by using equivalent fraction, and similarly we can write 8 by 5 as 24 by 15. We multiplied both these numbers by 3, 8 and 5. As the denominators are same, we will add the numerators, so it will be 34 by 15. This is how we add two numbers. Let's consider one more example. This is of subtraction. Let's say we want to subtract 7 by 8 from 4 by 5. So 4 by 5 minus 7 by 8. Now 8 and 5, the LCM is 40. So we can write this 4 by 5 as 32 by 40. What we have done is we have multiplied numerator and denominator both by 8. And then we write 7 by 8 as 35 by 40. What we have done is we have multiplied this numerator and denominator 7 and 8 by 5. So 7 and 5s are 35 divided by 40. As denominators are same, we can subtract the numerator 32 minus 35 upon 40, and we have minus 3 by 40 as the answer. Let the two numbers are given as the mixed numbers. Okay. If the two mixed numbers are to be added or subtracted, convert them into improper fractions. Now this 3 1 by 7 can be written as 7 3s are 21 plus 1 22 by 7, and then this 4 1 by 3, this can be written as 3 4s are 12 plus 1 13 divided by 3. Now we will make the denominators same. We have 21 as the LCM of 7 and 3. So we will multiply the first fraction numerator and denominator by 3, and we can write it as 66 divided by 21. And then we have 13 by 3. We will multiply by 7. So it can be written as 91 by 21. As the denominators are same, we can now
subtract or add whatever it is, 66 minus 91 by 21, and our answer is minus 25 upon 21. But in some cases, for doing the faster calculations, you can also understand this, that these numbers are nothing but 3 plus 1 by 7 minus 4 minus 1 by 3, and you can do the calculations and get the answer quickly. Okay.
Now, let's try to understand the smaller and bigger of the two fractions. As you can see, if we have given 2, this is 2 by 4 and this is 3 by 4. Which is the larger amount? 3 by 4, right? Why is it greater? Because each part is 1 by 4, right? I have divided one apple into 4 equal parts. So it is 1 by 4, it is 1 by 4. But here on this side I have half means 2 by 4, right? And on this side we have 3 by 4. Okay? So if someone asks me to tell which of the fraction is greater, 1 by 2 and 3 by 4, what I will do is I can make the denominator same by writing this 1 by 2 as 2 by 4. And then as you can see, as the denominators are same, the number in which the numerator is greater will be greater.
Let's say if we have 3 by 8, 5 by 8, 11 by 8, 7 by 8. So all of these numbers have same denominators. So in this case, as you can understand, whenever denominators are same, the number with the greatest numerator is greatest and the number with smallest numerator is smallest. Why is it so? See, simply whatever is the object, okay, we are making 8 equal parts of it. Okay, here we take 3 parts of it. Here we take 5 parts of it. Okay, here we take 11 parts of it. Here we take 7 parts of it, right? So that obviously if we have equal size objects, when we take 3, in this case it will be the smallest, right? So 3 by 8 is the smallest in this case. And obviously 11 by 8 is the largest.
These two numbers, which one is greater? So obviously you can say this is greater, right? And this is smaller. But what is it? It is 1 by 2 and it is 1 by 4. When numerators are same, the number in which the denominator is smaller is greater. 1 by 2 is greater than 1 by 4. The reason is simple. 1 by 2 means I am dividing the apple into 2 and taking one piece. And then when I talk about 1 by 4, I am dividing apple into 4 equal pieces and taking one piece. Which will be greater? Obviously, 1 by 2 will be greater. Right? This is how we find out the smaller and greater.
Largest and smallest of some more fractions. Let's say we have 3 by 8, 3 by 5, 3 by 7, 3 by 2, 3 by 11, etc. So we are taking equal number of pieces, but which piece will be biggest? So if we are making, so when numerator is same, one with greatest denominator is smallest and one with smallest denominator will be greatest. You can think about it also. Obviously we are taking 3 pieces each, but if we divide something in 2 parts, that will be the biggest part, right? So this number is largest. And if we are making the 11 parts of a single piece, that will be the smallest in this case. So this is largest and this is the smallest in this case. Now let's say we have this example to be solved. Which one of the 1 by 2, 3 by 5, 5 by 6 and 7 by 3 are largest or smallest? So in such kind of cases, sometimes we convert it into, we divide it and find out the decimal numbers and then compare. But the simplest way could be, here the denominators are 2, 5, 6 and 3. The LCM of these 4 numbers is 30. So we will try to write each number as its equivalent fraction with denominator 30 as 15 by 30, right? Because we will multiply numerator and denominator both by 15. And then in this case we will have to multiply by, for 3 by 5 we will have to multiply both the numbers by 6, so it will be 18 by 30. And then in this case we will have to multiply 5 by 5, so it is 25 by 30. And then to make 7 by 3 could be written as 70 by 30. Now all the denominators are same, so obviously the 15 by 30, that as denominators are same, one with the smallest numerator is smallest, so this is smallest, that is 1 by 2 is smallest, right? And what is largest? So obviously in this case 70 by 30 is largest, so 7 by 3 is the largest of the or given 4 numbers, right? Now multiplication. So whenever we have two fractions, let's say a by b and c by d, and they are to be multiplied, we multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. Examples. Let's say we want to multiply 10 by 11 into 3 by 7. So obviously it will be 10 into 3 divided by 11 into 7. So that is 30 by 77. It's very obvious, very simple. Now if we want to multiply 6 by 7 by 2, actually 6 is 6 by 1, right? So it will be 6 into 7 upon 1 into 2, and that can be written as 42 by 2, which is equal to 21. But we can also do one thing. We can divide here. So 6 by 2 can be 3. So 3 7s are 21. So the answer is 21 by 1. Okay. Obviously both numbers are 42 by 2 is equal to 21. Let's say one more example, half into half. Obviously it will be 1 by 4, right? 1 into 1 upon 2 into 2, that is equal to 1 by 4. Now let's say we want to do division of the two fractions. Let's say a by b divided by c by d. In this case, what we will do is we can write it as a by b into reciprocal of the denominator in this case. So it will be d by c. For example, let's say we want to do 1 by 2 divided by 5 by 3. So it can be written as 1 by 2 into 3 by 5, which will be 1 into 3 upon 2 into 5, which is 3 by 10. Or 1 by 3 divided by 10. So it will be 1 by 3 into 1 by 10. Reciprocal, because in this case this number is 10 by 1. So it can be written as 1 by 3 into 1 by 10, and our answer is 1 by 30. But be careful while doing these divisions, because sometimes I see some people get confused in some cases. Let's consider this. So here I want to do 1 upon 2 by 3. So here 2 by 3, okay, we want to do 1 divided by 2 by 3. Okay, so in this case the numerator is 1 by 1. Okay, so we will write it as it is, and this denominator is like we will multiply it by doing a reciprocal. So answer is 3 by 2. But let's say if we want to solve 1 by 2 divided by 3. So in this case we have half divided by 3. We will have to understand the difference, right? So half as it is, right? And then reciprocal of 3, which is 1 by 3. And we will multiply it to get the answer 1 by 6. I hope just go through these two examples again so that you can be accurate while solving this kind of problems.
Okay, so if you have understood these fractional numbers, so what you are supposed to do is, whenever you come across some problem, okay, just think like this. Just think in terms of fractions and all.
कंटिन्यूस आहे सर.
थांबवलं का? ओके, समजलं का तुला? सोपं वाटलं?
सोपं आहे, पण मला थोडं कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेडनी पाहावं लागेल.
बरं,